Let's begin with our spelling words for the week. This week we will notice the suffix at the end of the word. So we're going to bracket off the suffix to find that base word that we can code. Consonant, consonant, OW making the long O sound as in our keyword. Slow. And then our suffix here. That bracket also is kind of like dividing into two syllables, but we just use the bracket. So we'll also notice then the Y is making the long E sound. So our first syllable slow, our suffix ly altogether, slowly. Our next word, we're also going to bracket off another new suffix, full. You'll notice the suffix full is not like the red word full. There's two L's in the red word, and the suffix only has one L, so please keep that in mind. But it still have that same O sound back here, full. Okay, which once again adds another syllable back there. So we bracket off our suffix to find our base word. Start coding. P is a consonant. OW makes our ow sound like cow. And there's our first best choice for We'll divide in between the two syllables. Our first syllable, pow. Next syllable, suffix, full. Altogether, pow, full. Being full of power. Our next new suffix, we have less. Good here, though. You will notice the two S's here, so that's just a little different than number 2 suffix. So when we code that, yes, we hear that short sound, only one S, so it might seem like that floss rule. Then once we take off our suffix, then we can find that base word, consonant, EA making the long E sound, and the R there. So our base word, ear, our suffix, less. Altogether, fearless. So less being without. So when you add that to fear, without fear. Fearless. Number 4, we'll see full again. So use that bracket. You can code your base word, vowel, consonant, E altogether. E makes the U say U. Cross off that silent E. And then that S is going to make the Z sound because it's in between two vowels. So our base word, useful. You're right, I don't quite hear that Z, useful. So it seems like that might not be too true here. Useful. Interesting. Useful. But it does have our meaning full of using something, right? Use it a lot. Full. But then, yeah, it seems like it changed that pronunciation, which we've talked about many times. Number 5, we have another full suffix to bracket off. Our base word here, hopefully we remember it is a red word, because when you code it, you don't hear that sound when you have consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with a brave. It's not truth. It's that ooh sound. So yes, it is a red word. Our base word, like I said, truth, suffix, full. So having a lot of full of truth. Altogether, truthful. Number 6, another bracket. We notice that suffix, the Y making the long E sound. Then take a look at the base word. First you will see Q and U are best friends. They always stick together. Vowel, CK, we use after a short vowel at the end of a short word. So that's why you have to consider bracketing off that suffix to find the base word there. So yes, use that CK spelling pattern. You only say one k sound like duck. So our base word qua, ik, suffix li, altogether quickly, having a lot of quickness, quickly. Number 7, bracket off that suffix, and we can code it like we did the first time, that short sound. Then we notice our base word, AI, making one long sound like rain. A, good. Our word is painless. Painless. So again, less having without. So without pain, it is painless. Good. Our number 8, that suffix again with that ly making a long e sound. And then number 8 hopefully looks like a red word. Right, when you code this, you'll see the 2 vowels there, but we see piece of pie when we see I-E, and here we just hear the short sound. Right, our word is and good. It's very important to make sure you do put I-E like that. We've talked about maybe remembering that it is fry end, right? Or something fry end or Friday. You see that fry part there, and always till the end. So just keep in mind that red word there, okay? Number 9, we'll see our suffix full as we code our vowels and consonants. Hope you notice that first best choice for So arc the ER, divide in between the consonants. Now we see our first little consonant, consonant. I'm not quite sure we hear that short ah sound. On. I hear the sound one. So the sound is that schwa sound. And our second syllable looks good. So our first syllable, one. Second syllable, der. And our suffix, full, having a lot of wonder, a lot of greatness, wonderful. Number 10, again, bracket off that suffix, making a long E sound. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with a breve. Our base word, sad, suffix, ly. Altogether, sadly. Good. Number 11. There's our suffix again. Full. TH makes one sound. ANK is that ink, ink, onk, unk sound. So we hear that long A sound. Our base word then is ank, suffix, full. Altogether, think full. Number 12. Full again. Then we see our base word, consonant, vowel, consonant, E. E makes the A say A. Our base word, air, suffix, full. Altogether, careful. Number 13. Once you bracket off our suffix, and you'll see that while I'm making a long E sound, you'll see that the word ends with an I. But if you remember, our base word, it is a Y that makes the long E sound. And then what we did was change the Y to an I to add our suffix there, okay? So once we code our base word then, you'll divide in between the consonants. Consonant, consonant. Mark it with the breathe. Our base word, our first syllable, hap. Second syllable, p, lee. And you're right, we don't quite say p, happily. You kind of hear a different sound, hap, happily. So good, kind of a tricky sound when you change it there. I'm going to kind of put a schwa sound in there. Happily. Definitely a different sound there when we add our suffix happily. Good, number 14, you'll see that suffix again with that floss rule. No, and then you will code our base word. AW makes the aw sound like saw. It's our base word. Aw, meaning to make a mistake. With our suffix less, without. Altogether, flawless. So without a flaw, without a mistake. And number 15, again, having the ly suffix. Our base word there, is a red word. Because you hear kind of that all sound. Good. It's not our normal marker with the breathe sound. More that k. Calmly. Having calmly. Good. Now off to our red words. Number 16. You'll see a few spelling patterns in there. First being the ow sound, right, as in ouch. So we're not going to use that here. Then you will also see the sound, as in church. And actually the word here, is going to be course. So that U is silent there. Here at the end, the E is silent, and you remember you don't want it to look like it's plural. So they put that silent E there. So definitely a red word. And this is kind of like a course that you might, an obstacle course that you might run, or that path or something that you walk on. Or a dish, right? You have a main course where you're eating for your main course and then your desserts and such. Okay, number 17, you'll see the sound. And then the I usually makes that A sound, but here we just hear certain. Ooh, there's also the soft sounds. Certain. Good. Number 18. OU makes the ow sound, but here you hear ch. So that short U sound or that schwa sound there. Good. Ch. Number 19 again. OU making the ow sound. No, it's not country. This is good. People get this mixed up. A lot of people say county. So one little letter, when you do county, you just, and then the ow does say ow, county, but sneak an R right in there, and it's a whole new word there. And the last one here, again, you see quite a few spelling patterns here, right? You have O-A, make a long O sound, R, car sound, but again, we have our or sound, or, which does make the or sound like if you are very bored, like a whiteboard. but this course is kind of being rough. A course, like sandpaper or something, being very coarse. Again, that E is silent as well. Not so that course and course will be tricky this week. Okay, there's our spelling words.